Hello everyone and welcome to another Tempo Storm Wild meta video, where we highlight decks and strategies you can use to become legendary on the Hearthstone Wild ladder. The Doom in the Tomb event has brought a taste of Wild to the standard format, with 23 cards from Hearthstone's history returning for a limited time. From Emperor Thaurissan and Ragnaros the Firelord, to N'Zoth the Corruptor and Sylvanas Windrunner, these wild cards have made a massive splash. These cards are only in standard for a limited time, but there's still plenty of fun to be had in Wild after the event concludes and the cards rotate out of standard again. In this video, we'll highlight 3 powerhouse decks from the new standard format and showcase their wild counterparts that you can use to climb the ladder in Hearthstone's Eternal format. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Tempo Storm Hearthstone YouTube channel to stay up to date with our Wild Hearthstone content. Now let's begin. Starting off, we have the breakout deck of the event, Evolve Quest Shaman. Thanks to Corrupt the Waters, Quest Shaman's been among the best decks in Standard for some time now, but with the release of Evolve from Doom in the Tomb, Quest Shaman has evolved into a true powerhouse. When it's not doubling up on battle cries like Sludge Slurper, Evil Cable Rat, Novice Engineer, and Weaponized Wasp, the deck is looking for opportunities to upgrade minions like Desert Hare and Mogu Flesh Shaper into above-curve powerhouses, all while building up to a back-breaking Shudderwalk. These powerful combinations all come together to make Shaman the most popular class in Standard. If you're a fan of the Evolve Shaman playstyle, the Wild version of the deck takes it and dials it all the way up to 11. This version moves away from Corrupt the Waters and moves in on the Evolve game plan at a blistering pace. In addition to Mutate and Evolve, the deck includes Unstable Evolution, the Stormbringer, and Thrall Deathseer to maximize its opportunities to upgrade its minions. As for its choice of minions, Desert Hare is joined by the OG evolution target Doppelgangster as a throwback to the original Evolve combo, and Corridor Creeper joins Mogu Flesh Shaper as another high-cost minion you can play for cheap and then upgrade into a serious threat. With the right opening hand, Wild Evolve Shaman can create a swarm of threats that's very difficult to deal with, so if you want to make big things happen, you have to give it a try. Next up, Resurrect Priest is back in Standard, and Anduin is stacking the deck with classic big threats like Sylvanas Windrunner and Ragnaros the Firelord. Swarm the board with 1/1 copies of these minions with Zarek's Cloning Gallery, then once they're dead, bring them back with Psychopomp, Katrina Muerte, and Mass Resurrection. On top of all that, Sylvanas, Quartet Defender, and Convincing Infiltrator are all top-notch death rattles to help prepare for N'Zoth the Corruptor to hit the board as the ultimate revival trump card. With so many big threats, Resurrect Priest is as persistent as it is powerful, and is sure to make its mark on Standard. If you love reanimating big minions in Standard, you owe it to yourself to try Big Priest in Wild. Wild has a critical mass of powerful resurrection spells like Resurrect, Eternal Servitude, and Diamond Spellstone, alongside sweet monsters to revive like Yusharaj, Rage Unbound, and Obsidian Statue. With endless removal to buy time and Shadow Essence to help play its massive threats early, Big Priest has the tools to take over the board with a dominating presence that can feel quite unfair from the losing side. Even with Big Priest flying under the radar in Wild after the recent nerf to Barnes, it's only a matter of time before it reinvents itself, so if you want to explore this classic archetype, our featured list is a great place to start. Last but not least, the combined power of Zephrys the Great and Dino Tamer Bran has made Highlander Hunter one of the strongest decks in Standard after Saviors of Uldum, and the new wild cards from Doom in the Tomb are only making it better. The cost discounts from Emperor Thaurissan stack together to allow you to chain powerful cards into each other, while Call of the Wild combos with Zul'jin to assemble massive boards and generate tons of value, all with Ragnaros the Firelord waiting in the wings as Hearthstone's ultimate coup de grace. If you're a competitive player in Standard, you're surely no stranger to what Highlander Hunter can do. In Wild, Highlander Hunter has access to more powerful cards and even more neat tricks. Of course, Reno Jackson joins the party with Zephrys and Dino Tamer Bran as your Highlander payoff cards, alongside Stitched Tracker and Zola the Gorgon to help generate additional copies, but Wild also gives you access to Deathstalker Rexxar. Once the most powerful Death Knight card to rear its head in Standard, Deathstalker's Build-A-Beast hero power generates infinite value to help you outwit and outlast your opponent. This version also includes a spicy N'Zoth package with Quartet Defender and Sylvanas Windrunner to help you go even more over the top. With so much value and access to so many huge threats, Reno Hunter in Wild is a blast to play, so if you love the Highlander playstyle, it's definitely worth trying out. The addition of classic wild cards to Standard makes it an exciting time to be a Hearthstone player. If you're having a good time seeing Sylvanas, Ragnaros, and other historic cards again in Standard, be sure to try one of our featured decks in Wild. It's a wide open environment full of fun and powerful decks, and with free access to some of the strongest cards in the history of the game, now is an excellent time to explore Hearthstone's eternal format. As always, be sure to subscribe to the Tempo Storm Hearthstone channel to keep up to date with our wild Hearthstone content, and let us know in the comments what decks and cards you'd like us to feature next. Thanks for watching!